Hey, it's Keisha, and I normally talk to you about practical spirituality with the idea of teaching you how to craft your key to opening deeper levels within your heart, wisdom, and power. If that sounds good to you, like and subscribe. Welcome and welcome back. I know it's only, January 2nd, and that's why I'm talking to you today because it's only January 2nd and it's working. I'm just telling, it's working. So a few days ago, this was sometime between Christmas and New Year's. Had a couple of lights come on in my car. Lights with big words, expensive words like chassis stabilization and drivetrain malfunction. And then the check engine light came on. So I stopped driving my car. These are not concepts that I'm particularly familiar with, so they all sounded expensive. And considering I had no money, I was like, what are we going to do? So, of course, I'm practicing these things that I talked to you about. And, I did the video the other day about, I'm changing my prayers to thy will be done. Thank you, God. And so I'm like, this is an opportunity. Let's put it to the test. So I'm like, God, you know I need my car. You know what I've got planned, and you know how this all gets done and handled. So I'm going to trust it into your hands. And you're going to figure this out, and I'm going to do my part, whatever you give me to do, and we'll just get this figured out. So the guidance I got was everything is closed until after New Year's, so you're not really going to do anything. You don't have to drive, don't. Right? So that's what I did. I let my car sit outside. I stayed inside doing my happy work. And things have been fine. There's been nothing to worry about, right? Today is January 2nd. Most people have gone back to work. I have not. And so I made my first thing in business today was to call my mechanic. And he was like, well, sensors, lights, I can't say until I see. So you bring it in. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I bring my car into the shop. And I'm just, the whole way there, one, I'm praying God get me there safely. Because, I don't want my car to break down on the way going to the mechanic. And two, like, God, whatever it's going to be, I'm trusting you to hold me to cover it because you know what's going on in my bank account. All right, so we get there. He looks it over and he says, well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. And I'm like, well, let me put my glasses on so I can take it. So he said, well, all the lights in your car are now off. I said, great. The bad news. We ordered the part for the sensor, but after driving it around, I can't tell if the sensor is actually damaged. So I'm going to give the car back to you. You drive it around and see if the lights come on. If it doesn't, then we're fine. If it does, bring it back. We'll have the sensor in stock. That's it. That's it. That's it. That was it. The way my heart leaped out of my chest when that was it, I was like, all right, so I could barely contain myself at that point. But we go back out to the car, and I said, yeah, I've had a bunch of crazy-ass lights come on lately. I went through the car wash, whatever day it was that I took my car out last, and one of the sensors came on for one of the lights. And he's like, okay, so we go through a cycle of checking all the lights, and the only one that was a problem was the left low beam. And I'm like, oh, well, we have to fix that because, that's an offense to get stopped over. So he's like, yeah, we don't have the bulb in stock, but we can order it in 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. How much is it? He's like, $20. And I'm like, cool, let's do that. And I'm like, hey, you know what? My windshield wiper blades, they haven't been replaced in a long time, and it's probably about time. Do you have those? He's like, let me check. He has them in stock. And he's like, you want them? I'm like, yeah, how much are they? He's like, they're 30 a piece. I'm like, so what, that's $80? He's like, yeah. I said, let's do it. So he fixes my my headlamp, new wiper blades, and they go to pay. He's like, all told with tax, it's 85, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, we're making 100. That's my Christmas tip. Thank you so much. He said, really? I said, yes, sir. And so what I thought was going to be a multi-thousand-dollar transaction that I was not in a position to handle turned out to be nothing. And I had the option of spending money, which I decided to take because I had the money, and I only had the money and the freedom to do it. Well, I had the money because I have some money. But one of the things that let me feel free to do it was that I was blessed yesterday, January 1st, with a gift of money from a friend who wanted me to start the year off in prosperity, to recognize that this was going to be the year of me receiving. And so between that blessing last night, this blessing today at the mechanic, I'm simply over the moon. But I get home, because obviously God is not done with me yet. I get home, I go check the mail, and I got a little note from Frontgate, which is a home decor interior design company. And they say, we haven't seen you purchase anything for a while, so here's a $50 gift card. Now, if you know Frontgate, that wouldn't seem like a lot, but Frontgate on sale put the rug on my balcony with a $50 gift card that they gave me last year. And I think it only cost me I only paid like $3 or $4 in shipping after all the taxes were done and everything. So, yes, this has been my day today, January 2nd. And just so we're clear, because this isn't about, okay, I pray to God, it's like a little token I put in the machine and then I get all these goodies. It's not about that. It's not about what I'm getting. It's about the fact that I made a commitment to this discipline, and I keep making the commitment to myself through faith to stand on it and live on it, and not when I'm confronted with challenges to not run from them and go back to my human, conditioned way of resolving those problems, but taking them to God and asking what is the best path forward. Thy will be done in this situation. So if I let you take care of your part, hopefully one with God as a majority, and you as my greater partner will take care of the bigger part. And if that happens to be all of it, even better. But what I'm happy about, and the reason I wanted to share this with you, is because when you make that commitment to yourself and you make the commitment to your faith, then every challenge that comes up is not about the world coming down on you. It's an opportunity for you to demonstrate that faith. And so when it comes up, stand on it, right? And even if you waver a little bit, you can always come back to it. If it doesn't work out, that's okay too, because you tried and you were starting to exercise that muscle. You just try it again. So my joy is, yes, it's in these things got taken care of and it didn't cost me anything and I got to have choice in where I spend my money. But really it's that, hey, I made this commitment to God and to myself, and the method you taught me, I practiced, I stood on, and it worked. And the more I do that, the greater my faith that it will work, and the less, back and forth I have about, oh, I wonder if that's going to work out, or I wonder if. I don't have to wonder, except how great it's going to be. And that's the point of this video. It's the point of all of them. And so I look forward to coming back to you as soon as possible with more good things to report, if only so that you see my example and you try it in your own lives. Because really what I want to hear is what's happening for you. And if it's not working out, put that in the comments too, because then we have something to work on and we can figure this out together, because that's really all it is, right? It's a community of us figuring this business called life out and trying to live it as grandly and as easily and joyfully as possible. And so with that, I will leave you until the next time. I will love you in the meantime. Y'all take care. Bye.